Enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Friday, October 18, 2019. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. While credit unions in SVG are said to be making advances, there are some challenges and areas that have been identified as shortcomings which they must seek to address. These were highlighted during the Everett Dean Memorial Lecture at the Beachcombers Hotel last evening, delivered by Jamaican attorney at law Yvonne Redgar Harris, who served as first female president of the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions and delegate to the World Council of Credit Unions. Last evening's lecture was hosted by the SVG Cooperative Credit Union League and the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions. Larissa Pugsley Kidd tells us more in this report.
The four major credit unions in SVG have been urged to do more for their members to improve their standard of living. The appeal was made by attorney-at-law Jamaican Yvonne Redgar Harris, who delivered the keynote address at the Everett Dean Memorial Lecture on Thursday evening at the Beachcombers Hotel, speaking on the topic, Credit Union Philosophy in Motion. Redgar Harris, who served as the first female president of the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions, noted that the four major credit unions in SVG have assets totaling $148 million with a penetration rate of 65% of the total population. This, she said, is commendable for a small island state. However, she pointed out some areas of concerns, such as the democracy of their members.
I think all of us here would agree that board and committee members need to be fit and proper persons. However, I think the criteria needs to be applied prior to the selection of the board and committee members by the membership in annual general meeting, as has been the norm. They should have the last say in who should govern the credit union and not our supervisors.
The credit unions were also called on to create an environment that will enable members to easily access credit at low interest rates.
Credit union should always strive to ensure that it's offering loans at the lowest possible rate to their members. Also, even when your supervisors get on your case, to continue to provide unsecured credit for those who have no security. An unsecured loan does not equate with a bad loan. We need to ensure that those persons who have no security still continue to have access to credit. This is the only way that those persons will break out of the cycle of poverty.
It was noted that last year, credit unions contributed 22% towards the country's gross domestic product, which was more than the banks. Credit unions were also asked to work together, as they should not compete against each other, but rather to see the banks as their competitors.
Unions don't have to set up foundations like the banks do to give back to our community. It is a part of credit unions' raison d'etre to give back to its members and the community. The credit union movement, of which we are all a part, affords us the opportunity to serve our fellow man and make an important impact on their lives by providing not only financial services, especially to those who are underserved and marginalized and those who have no access to credit.
Redgar Harris pointed out that as part of their social responsibility, credit unions should educate their members on the importance of saving and assist them to become entrepreneurs.
Cooperatives, I now add that small companies should be able to be members of credit union. This will allow access to credit to small entrepreneurs who incorporate their businesses and need access to financing.
Thursday, October 17, 2019 was observed as International Credit Union Day under the theme Local Service, Global Reach. For SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley Kidd.
SVG joined more than 50 countries and territories today in participating in the 3rd annual KPMG Cyber Day initiative in schools as part of International Cybersecurity Awareness Month. The Cyber Day initiative was hosted at the Girls High School, where cybersecurity professionals were engaged in a cybersecurity educational session with the students and teachers. A business advisor at KPMG, Taj Lee, said that young people are at great greater risk today of being exposed to online pressures and dangers, hence the need to educate and inform them on cybersecurity.
We see that children fall prey to various cybercrimes every day, whether it's bullying, phishing, or so forth. Now, on top of that, if you were to look at statistics, approximately 47% of children in the United Kingdom spend at least minimum 3 hours on the internet per day. That's a considerable amount of time to be exposed to the threats that exist in this world, and as such we want to train various individuals and students especially ways in which they can protect themselves.
This is the second year the company is hosting the Cyber Day initiative at the Girls High School, and the company's manager, Kirtland Dishong, said that they are hoping to spread the initiative to other schools across SVG as they consider students as agents of change.
The internet can be a very useful place, but also a very dangerous place, and there are a lot of predators and threats out there hoping to catch vulnerable persons who may not have make sure that all their security mechanisms in place there. And we also have with us some pamphlets to give the students to take home to their parents, so that the parents can understand how to protect themselves as well, and also look out for their kids online, and could help to reinforce what was taught here. So maybe in the future we might do public forums to help to educate the public.
Some of the students of the Girls High School welcomed the educational session, describing it as quite informative.
I learned about phishing, the importance of having strong passwords, and also patterns that how we must have uppercase letters, symbols, and digits as well. I also learned about the importance of ensuring that our computers are updated to the latest versions, as this helps protect our computers from viruses and so forth. I also learned about the importance of not writing down your passwords and keeping some information towards yourself. This is very important to me because as a young lady in society, the internet is a very dangerous place, and I think it's very important that we, not only as ladies, but we as young children, know how to protect ourselves in this dangerous world called the internet. I have a friend who had her account hacked, and in that situation I did help her out. We deleted the Instagram account and then we made a new one for her.
Youth, be careful of what you post on social media. Be careful what you tell your friends. Like, don't tell your friends your passwords, because for me, not everybody is your friend, and you might go tell the wrong person and they might go and do something that is not very nice. So just be careful what you do.
I should think before I post on social media and before I type and text. I must think and be mindful of what could happen in the future.
The library has not lost its usefulness in schools here in SVG and the wider education system. This was noted by point person for the Hands Across the Sea organization, Edna Bullock, at a Teacher's Resource Guide workshop hosted today at the Girls Guides headquarters under the theme Connecting the Library to the Classroom. The workshop was held in collaboration with the Hands Across the Sea organization and the Ministry of Education. Bullock said that every child should grow up knowing the importance of reading, and the Hands Across the Sea organization, along with the Ministry of Education, have been working to equip students with the necessary reading skills so that they can function well in society.
This is a fast-paced world, and while change is inevitable, I want to put forward to you that libraries are not outdated. While we embrace technology and transition from books to tablets, iPads, and a host of names that the young people would know, the library still has not lost its usefulness. What we need is a change in our attitude towards the library. For the past 11 years, Hands Across the Sea has been sending brand new, asked for, amazing books that get children excited about reading.
Bullock said that a library shouldn't just be an isolated area or a quiet place, and teachers should find ways in making the library a fun place to learn.
This is why our school libraries must be seen as a treasured place where the experience of students are enriched and where the foundation of reading is laid. By the way, our new shipment of books is already here, and we just want the Ministry of Education to know that we are well on board with you in the drive to support those students who are lagging behind in reading. I want to really commend those schools who have gone the extra mile to work with us to make their libraries student-friendly. Anyway, after that hard work to rearrange, repaint, and get them looking attractive,
another member of the Hands Across the Sea organization and Literacy Link, Yvette Pompey, said the goals of the workshop were to provide evidence that reading is an important habit that children should develop, that teachers have an important role to inspire children to read, and strategies to get children more involved in reading.
How to use books in the library to teach, to model strategies and skills in reading, in language arts, and in all the content areas. Social studies, science, and health and family life, math. Reading is linked to math. Do you know that? Right. Next, how to use the TRG to teach lessons. How would you use it to support your lessons in your classroom? So you go to the library and you would select books, and the TRG would give you guidelines of how you can do it. And finally, in this workshop, we will provide you with an opportunity to create lesson plans and have some activities that you can use with books to teach reading, language arts, and all the subjects across the curriculum. Ideas that you can implement tomorrow or when you go back to school.
Meanwhile, Senior Education Officer Joycelyn Blake Brown said there are a number of primary school students across SVG who are reading below their grade level, which is a serious problem that must be addressed. In her brief remarks at the Hands Across the Sea Teachers Resource Guide workshop, Blake Brown said the goal of the Ministry of Education is to have every single child in SVG read at their level and above and create a culture of literacy.
Let's join hearts, hands, and willpower in creating a culture of literacy throughout Vinceland. By the way, the theme for ILA 2019, creating a culture of literacy. So we are basically adopting the same theme. As we reflect on our theme for independence, renewal at 40, if there is one thing we can pledge to do for our country, let's teach all of our students to read. I am going to repeat. Think about it. Renewal at 40. I imagine right there you should be thinking of the students who you have taught before, perhaps you didn't reach. Those that you have presently, you already see the challenges. Pledge in your heart that collectively as a staff, we are going to sit down and we're going to endeavor to ensure that every single child, Sandy Bay Methodist, Shatibile Methodist, Bukamen Government, Bekwe Anglican, Layu Government, pledging that we are going to do our best to touch every single child.
The Senior Education Officer used the opportunity to encourage teachers to play their role to assist students who are weak in reading so that they can develop their literacy skill.
When the students come to us from pre-primer, have them all the way up to grade 6, they go into secondary and onwards, we have to ensure every single child is given the opportunity to develop their literacy skills. I know that there will be children who have inherent problems, learning difficulties, and so forth. Outside of that, we are talking about students within the normal range who have no medical diagnosis. We are saying when they leave us, they must be able to read or have basic literacy skills. As teachers, as educators, when you see the students in front of you and they cannot read, go out of your way. I know sometimes they're not well behaved. The students themselves are not motivated. They do not have the interest. But once they get, you have to have it, to share it, to pass it on, so that in turn, they themselves will change their attitude and really want to learn.
In other news, the police here have arrested and charged Lorenzo McLean, a 24-year-old mechanic of Diamond, with the offense of motor vehicular manslaughter. According to the police, the accused, being the driver of motor vehicle P5849, allegedly caused the death of Josephine Robinson, a 45-year-old vendor of Diamond, as a result of his reckless driving. The incident occurred on the Stubbs Public Road about 12:30 p.m. on Tuesday, October 15th. McLean is expected to appear before the Serious Offences Court for an arraignment. Farmers urged to position themselves to take advantage of the opportunities to be derived from the coconut industry. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
The local news sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones, and that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. At the New Haven Funeral Home, we desire to impact positively in the industry because we recognize that a greater part of what we do is not just quality caskets or quality coffins, but quality service. We hold ourselves to a higher standard. This standard extends to all areas of our work. We accommodate all clients, regardless of circumstance, all without compromising quality. I actually get this question a lot. And although it's not the most glamorous of jobs, I love it. Because we get to help people. We get to help families when they need it the most.
New Haven Funeral Home, helping families preserve memories.
C-Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the First St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building. Don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Breaking news! The greatest tile sale in the history of St. Vincent is back. With more, here's Thin Set Rowdy Face.
Thanks, Juan. Yes, free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style Interiors, and there's real excitement in the air. Get this, buy 100 tiles at the regular price and get up to the next 25 tiles absolutely free.
Wow, that is a great deal.
Sure is, Juan. My wife's making me buy tiles right now before they sell out.
Vincent? Oh well, this is Juan Cool Guy signing off and heading to Island Style in Arnos Vale for free tiles. Wait for me! Yay!
Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo. Vinci. Everything Vinci Expo.
Come celebrate 40 years of independence at the Everything Vinci Expo 2019. October 24th to the 30th. Come see SVG's best products, services, and more on display at the Kingstown East Terminal. There's something for everyone. Kiddies Corner, themed entertainment nights, and delicious local food and drinks on sale. Everything Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo for we. Vinci. Everything Vinci for the whole family.
For more information, information, contact us at 784-457-2159 or email everythingvinci@investsvg.com and follow us on social media. Vinci Expo.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
Our 40th anniversary of independence gives us an opportunity to reflect on our progress and chart our way forward. What are our major achievements over the past 40 years? What critical areas do we need to address to further enhance our national development? Join our live program, The Viewpoint, Sunday, October the 20th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on SVG-TV and Magic 103.7, or view our live Facebook stream on SVG-TV and be a part of the discussion by calling the hotline 458-0088 or WhatsApp 530-8962. The Viewpoint, sharing our thoughts, speaking our truth. Moderator, Mr. Curtis King. Panel, Miss Idisha Jackson, social activist. Mr. Kirk De Silva, chartered accountant. Mr. Cecil Ryan, social activist. Sponsors, LA Unique Upholstery, Jake's Kitchen, the Cruise Ship Terminal, Joseph Da Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, and Sun General Insurance Inc. The Viewpoint.
Welcome back. Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, Sabota Caesar, said there are tremendous benefits from the coconut industry and encouraged farmers to position themselves to take advantage of these opportunities. Minister Caesar was speaking on his site visit to the various stalls at the Agri Expo 2019 today at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport at Annesville. As he visited the many stalls, the minister said he was pleased with the quality of the products on display. Bavin Oliver tells us more in this report.
The coconut has a wide range of health benefits. These include providing you with disease-fighting antioxidants, providing blood sugar regulation, and reducing certain risk factors for heart disease. The coconut has also tremendous value to the local agriculture sector, which is being highlighted through the various byproducts at the Agri-Vinci Expo 2019. Examining some of these products today was the Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, Sabota Caesar. Visiting the booth of the Caribbean Agriculture Research and Development Institute, CARDI, Minister Caesar said he is delighted by the growth of the coconut industry.
You know, the coconut industry in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is doing extremely well. We had assistance from the FAO. We also had assistance from the European Union, and we have technicians locally and also work from CARDI and AICA, and you should see the truckloads of coconut leaving St. Vincent and the Grenadines on a weekly basis. The truckloads heading towards Port Kingston, where they're packed into containers and transferred from Camden Park Port. And I'm really happy that coconut, water nut, is playing a very significant role in the diversification of agriculture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. About 20-25 years ago, there was a significant input into extending the coconut farms in the country. And I know that we are benefiting today, and we are reaping a lot of that harvest.
The Agriculture Minister said the coconut industry is also doing well in the area of exports and agri-processing, and encouraged local farmers to embrace diversification with the coconut.
The coconuts to the British Virgin Islands, to Antigua, and to St. Kitts and Nevis. And I know that persons in Barbados also purchase a lot of our coconuts. There are also some agri-processors. They are involved in the bottling of coconut water, and a lot of it is sold on the local market. For example, I see one here, Little Nut Farm, and it came together with the assistance of the Ministry of Agriculture and the FAO. And I really want to wish all these companies the very best, and to encourage farmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that when you produce, you must ensure that on your farm you diversify your production. If you have 5 acres of, let's say, dasheen, you can fence that 5 acres with coconuts, and you can make a livelihood not only from the dasheen but also from the coconuts.
The lumber from coconut trees are generally regarded as a high-quality product for building and by extension creating livelihoods for persons. Minister Caesar said there is interest in this area, but careful management is key to ensure sustainability.
We have a lot of these trees available, and I can recall 2 companies came to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to actually produce timber material from these coconuts. They were successful to some extent, but there needs to be some more marketing, because you have to have a particular taste for it, and because of the methodologies which will be involved in harnessing it, it will not be at the same price as if you're going into Korea's lumber yard and you're purchasing, or you're going somewhere to purchase your lumber. But it's going to create an opportunity. We have to, however, look at the issue of not damaging the aesthetics of the country, because you know that song that the children sang at the opening, that we have coconut and sugar cane and fine banana trees waving in the breeze. So you want to ensure that they continue to see these things and not to just go and devastate everything to me and turn it into lumber. So a careful management would have to take place, but there's definitely an opportunity for us to increase our production.
Agri-Vinci Expo 2019 is expected to run for another 2 days and has attracted the attention of many Vincentians who have been visiting the various booths to examine the elements of the agriculture industry. For SVG-TV's Evening News, I am Bavin Oliver.
Forestry Supervisor Casmus MacLeod is appealing to Vincentians, particularly hunters, to adhere to the laws regarding the hunting of wildlife. MacLeod made the appeal during an interview with our news team as he highlighted the work being done by the Forestry Services Department to protect the natural environment and the various wildlife species. We hear more in this report.
SVG has a wide variety of livestock, including various species of chickens, rabbits, sheep, goats, cattle, and pigs, which provide the country with a supply of meat and other byproducts for local consumption. There is also a wide variety of endemic species such as the manikou, agouti, iguana, and birds, which are considered delicacies to many. Unlike those which are domesticated, a hunting season is in place to help sustain these species. At a hut constructed by the Forestry Services Department to showcase their work at the Agri-Vinci Expo 2019, Forestry Supervisor Casmus MacLeod said some of the devices used for hunting is in contrary with the laws of SVG.
Hunting season, persons tend to use certain devices to capture animals that are not in keeping with legislation or in keeping in the best interest of the animal. So what we're basically displaying here is some of these methods that are being used. Some of these methods that are being used, and the injurious one versus the non-injurious one. So in terms of non-injurious, we have our traps, we have our nets, and in terms of injurious ones, we have like guns, and I know most persons will not know about this slinging shot, which is a common thing, is actually referred under our legislation as a gun. And persons tend to use it, sometimes they meet a lot of children with it, but this can do great harm. to our wildlife. Okay? This would fall under non-injurious. We have the fishing rod, we have our grain, what we call our jig, our grain, and then we have our noose. We also have our blue pipe, right? Which is another method.
McLeod said while all forestry officers can enforce the laws, compliance among hunters is preferable.
Under these acts, forestry officers has the power to search, to seize, to prosecute offenders under this act in terms of forest offences, in terms of things that you do to wildlife in and out of season. It also lends for the closed season, the open season and stuff like that. So this is basically what we do in terms of our law compliance. I mean, all forestry officers are law enforcement officers, but we have a specific unit that focuses ideally on getting persons to comply. We in forestry, we push the compliance rather than the enforcement, because we believe that if persons understand the consequences of their action, they tend to change their habits and practices as opposed to the bullying tactic. But then if persons doesn't desist from doing these things, well, obviously we have to move to the next resort, which is that.
McLeod said while the hunting season is now open, there are persons who are engaged in activities which are not in the best interest of the wildlife. He said discussions are taking place for them to do more to ensure the sustainability of these wildlife species.
Yes, in terms of catching iguanas, we in the forestry department, we encourage persons to stick with the mature iguanas. So as a result, we have our officers going around and looking at most of the catches for the hunters. We are advocating that you catch iguanas that are bigger than 14 inches in length, starting from the nose to between the two hind legs. So when you measure from between the two hind legs up to the nose, if it does not exceed 14 inches, then we confiscate them. But we basically in the process of discussion and reviewing in terms of legislation, where we would regulate even the amount of iguana that persons catch, because there's a concern now in the amount, because we don't have a regulation on the amount. People tend to catch any amount, and also even the adjustment of the season, because from feedback from most of the hunters, it would appear that even in January you would have iguanas and opossum with young ones. So we definitely have to continue our research and do some adjustment, because in all, we are looking at the best interests of the organism, of the wildlife, and to ensure that sustainability is met.
All right. The hunting season for iguana and manikou was open from the 1st of this month and will end in January 2020. For SVG-TV's Evening News, I am Bavin Oliver.
That brings us to the end of the local news. Grenada signs vesting order approving sale of Scotiabank. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
That was the local news segment.
The Everready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Everready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Everready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Everready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci Tang. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci Tang. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci Tang. Juicy.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo. Vinci, everything Vinci Expo.
Come celebrate 40 years of independence at the Everything Vinci Expo 2019, October 24th to the 30th. Come see SVG's best products, services, and more on display at the Kingston East Terminal. There's something for everyone. Kiddies Corner, themed entertainment nights, and delicious local food and drinks on sale. Everything Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo for we. Vinci, everything Vinci for the whole family.
For more information, contact us at 784-457-2159 or email everythingvinci@investsvg.com and follow us on social media. Vinci Expo.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In our news from the region now, we hear that Grenada has become the first Caribbean country to sign the vesting order facilitating the sale of several Scotia Bank branches in the Caribbean to the Trinidad-based Republican Bank Financial Holdings Limited. Last November, Republican Bank had indicated that a purchase price of US $123 million had been put forward to acquire Scotiabank operations in Guyana, St. Martin, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We hear more in this GBN news report.
The union representing workers' interests, the Technical and Allied Workers Union TAU, says after months of negotiations with Scotia's and Republic's management, all demands have been met. The union, which represents over 40 Scotiabank employees, says some have accepted severance packages, while others will transfer to Republic with all benefits outlined in the collective agreement. TAU President General Andre Lewis says the concern is now for Republic workers losing their jobs with the closure of Scotia.
So on one hand, although we have been able to secure the interests of the workers of Scotia, in terms of getting the option to decide whether to go over to Republic or to take severance and go, we are also concerned that the workers who are going over to Republic, and may I dare say, the current employees of Republic at some stage, in our view, will be faced with, not me, will be faced with the real possibility of the question of a reduction in jobs.
The vesting order was signed by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. He says among concerns leading up to Wednesday's signing was the protection of workers' rights, a concern to which Managing Director of Eastern Caribbean at Scotiabank, David Parks, addressed.
We were concerned about a few areas. We certainly were in touch with the union to ensure that the workers were treated fairly, because that was a fundamental responsibility of the government. So that was one condition, and so I'm extremely happy that it's ended in the way it has ended. And as the president of TAO pointed out, the future is, of course, something that we all have to be concerned about.
The fact that Republic Financial Holdings Limited, from our very initial discussions, committed to allow those individuals who wanted to join Republic Bank and guaranteed them employment was very, very important. And then, as Senator Lewis mentioned, we had some very hard but ended up being very, very worthwhile work.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister says government was paid $2 million in taxes as a result of the sale.
But I was also concerned about the taxes that are coming to the government. So I had to make sure from finance standpoint the checks were received. Yes. So I'm happy to say that we're about $2 million richer today.
The money's in the
bank. Money's in the bank.
Also present at the signing was Managing Director of Republic Bank, Heath Johnson, who says the Republic family looks forward to welcoming the Scotiabank transferred staff members.
Rain or shine, Jamaicans are seeing higher prices for agricultural produce. First, the higher prices were being pushed by drought. Now the rains have returned and is causing headache for farmers and by extension consumers. We hear more in this TVJ News report.
Wednesday afternoon in Coronation Market, downtown Kingston. It's not crowded, so customers are at ease while shopping. Vendors, on the other hand, wait patiently to see if their prices will entice customers to buy. But many simply asked the price and kept on moving.
Well, I'm seeing like the banana is for $350 or $400. The tomato is for $200. Carrot is for $100 and something. Irish is for $150. So after pass and go where I know I can afford it.
Miss Dimples has been selling in the market for over 40 years. She says she tries to keep her produce affordable, but now she has no choice.
The rain has killed out most the vegetables because it's below the water table. So the water covers everything. It's like sweet pepper. You have scallion, you have thyme, you have hot pepper, and you have pumpkin. There's a price hike. The price is up on all those things.
She explained that some farm roads have been made impassable after recent heavy rains.
You have pears, you have banana, like things that grow on the tree. Some farmers, they are unable to reach to those food to get them to the market because some of the food they call it maroon road cut off. We will separate them from going to the farm or to them field.
This is 1 pound of carrots. I know because I just weighed it. On an average day when the weather is right, this will cost about $30 or sometimes even $40 according to the vendor. But now it's costing $250.
It's very costly, but what I'm saying that we can't eat the money and we need the things for our body, so we have to cut to where we can manage.
But one vendor had a different view. She explained that when the goods are cheap, there's increased competition between vendors, so the price increase is better.
Well, that's all news from the region. President Trump's slam for lifting Turkey sanctions for ceasefire. This from the international scene. When we return, stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Lassie Stores Pharmacy, Lassie Stores Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Tourism is for me, tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business, yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Take photos of important documents and secure them in waterproof containers or bags. Make sure to include any insurance policies, property deeds, or mortgage papers.
The countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Our 40th anniversary of independence gives us an opportunity to reflect on our progress and chart our way forward. What are our major achievements over the past 40 years? What critical areas do we need to address to further enhance our national development? Join our live program, The Viewpoint, Sunday, October the 20th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on SVG-TV and Magic 103.7, or view our live Facebook stream on SVG-TV and be a part of the discussion by calling the hotline 458-0088 or WhatsApp 530-8962. The Viewpoint, sharing our thoughts, speaking our truth. Moderator, Mr. Curtis King. Panel, Miss Idisha Jackson, social activist. Mr. Kirk Da Silva, chartered accountant. Mr. Cecil Ryan, social activist. Sponsors, LA Unique Upholstery, Jake's Kitchen, The Cruise Ship Terminal, Joseph Da Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, and Sun General Insurance, Inc. The Viewpoint.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I don't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Carez Distribution Limited.
Let's go further afield now. Democrat members of the United States Congress are criticizing President Donald Trump's decision to remove sanctions on Turkey in exchange for a temporary ceasefire. They are promising to push through new sanctions on Turkey next week, even as President Trump is celebrating the fragile truce. We hear more in this report.
At a Texas rally before thousands of supporters, U.S. President Donald Trump celebrated the ceasefire the White House has negotiated with Turkey. By his own admission, he called his strategy unconventional.
Without spilling a drop of American blood, not one drop of American blood. We've all agreed on a pause or a ceasefire in the border region of Syria. And it was unconventional what I did. I said, they're gonna have to fight a little while. Sometimes you have to let them fight a little while. Then people find out how tough the fighting is.
Kurds defeated ISIS! Kurds defeated ISIS! But outside the rally, members of the Kurdish American diaspora protested the agreement. Stop the Kurdish genocide!
We don't have much faith in the ceasefire since it asked Kurds to push 20 miles away from the border. That's where the majority of the Kurdish and Christian areas are. So it's giving Turkey everything that they're already asking for. So what kind of ceasefire is it if you're asking one side to give up everything?
In Washington, congressional Democrats are also criticizing the White House decision to remove recent Turkey sanctions. So, Congress is promising its own bipartisan sanctions against Turkey in the coming days. Senate Republicans say the agreement abandons Kurdish fighters allied with the United States.
What we have done to the Kurds will stand as a blood stain in the annals of American history.
Trump supporters in Texas are backing Trump's withdrawal of U.S. soldiers from northeast Syria. They say U.S. lives have been at risk for too long.
I think if we would have left them there, they could have been involved or in between some type of a firefight between Turkey and the Kurds.
I think it's time that we got out of the endless wars over there and let them deal with their own war. We've taken out very few men that were there and brought them home, but we still have a lot of our young men over there. So I think the government was going to do that anyway. I don't think those few troops that came out caused the problem.
President Trump says the next 5 days of the ceasefire will be critical, but he's optimistic. He says President Erdogan is a gentleman who just needed some tough love to reach an agreement. Trump is promising to host Erdogan at the White House next month.
Well, that's the news. Sport is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Carez Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
The local weather forecast, it is cloudy, winds east-northeast at 90 kilometers per hour, temperatures 27.4 degrees Celsius, relative humidity is 86%. The barometric pressure is 1012.0 millibars, 24-hour rainfall 36.5 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature is 28.5 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature is 23.2 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:44 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:55 a.m. The forecast, it is partly cloudy to cloudy with a few scattered showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. The synopsis, unstable conditions are affecting the islands.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Our 40th anniversary of independence gives us an opportunity to reflect on our progress and chart our way forward. What are our major achievements over the past 40 years? What critical areas do we need to address to further enhance our national development? Join our live program, The Viewpoint, Sunday, October the 20th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on SVG-TV and Magic 103.7, or view our live Facebook stream on SVG-TV and be a part of the discussion by calling the hotline 458-0088 or WhatsApp 530-8962. The Viewpoint, sharing our thoughts, speaking our truth. Moderator, Mr. Curtis King. Panel, Miss Idisha Jackson, social activist. Mr. Kirk De Silva, chartered accountant. Mr. Cecil Ryan, social activist. Sponsors, LA Unique Upholstery, Jake's Kitchen, the Cruise Ship Terminal, Joseph Da Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, and Sun General Insurance Inc. The Viewpoint.
Welcome to the Evening Sports. We hear that fast bowling legend Sir Andy Roberts has questioned the appointment of Vincentian Miles Bascom to the West Indies men's selection panel and believes the former Windward Islands batsman should have withdrawn himself from consideration after having been a member of the recent Cricket West Indies task force, which led an overhaul of regional selection policy. The outspoken former Windies coach further contended that Bascom does not possess enough first-class experience to sufficiently qualify him for the role he now occupies, besides former Test off-spinner Roger Harper and newly appointed head coach Phil Simmons.
Task force that sit down to go around the countries to choose, look into who they take as selectors and develop a policy. So he's been part and parcel of it. He doesn't have enough first-class cricket experience in the region. He may have played, yes, but as far as experience goes to be one of the two selectors, no. I have a problem with that. And my biggest problem is that he, as a member of the task force, should have, even though he wasn't involved in putting his name, he should have withdrawn being a member of the task force.
Bascom's appointment came as a surprise to many, especially considering his playing career, which yielded 24 first-class matches at an average of 21 and a single T20 international for West Indies against England 8 years ago. He was also earlier this year named to the Selection System Task Force, chaired by CWI Vice President and fellow Vincentian Dr. Kishore Shallow, as one of 3 independent members alongside former Test players Ramnaresh and Philo Wallace. Bascom also serves as Vice President of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Cricket Association, headed by Dr. Shallow. Dr. Shallow, who chaired the interview panel during the recruitment process for selectors, defended Bascom's appointment, arguing that the process had been a robust one that has seen the former player pass every test put before him.
Recruitment process was as robust as you could actually imagine. Whereas it is the first time in our history of a sign-up, appointed, or recruited selectors in this manner. One of the first things we did, identify a group of players based on interviews and feedback from persons across the region. Miles name surfaced through that process. Some 20 persons were put forward and approved by the board. They were then asked, we then wrote to them, inviting them, asking of their interest and availability.
A Cricket West Indies sponsored Level 2 coaching course is scheduled to be held from October 22nd to the 25th in Grenada and will involve 17 participants. Among those already confirmed for attendance at the course is former West Indies and Windward Islands wicket-keeper Junior Murray and former Windward Islands middle order batsman John Eugene. Eugene has also been St. Lucia's national under-15 coach for many years. The facilitator will be Windward Islands Territorial Development Officer Ian Allen, along with 5 other facilitators, one of whom will be an assessor from England. Development Officer for Grenada Raphael Crony points out that this is part of the overall development plan, all geared towards improving the human resource base in the 4 Windward Islands and the ultimate improvements in the cricketing skills of the players at all levels. Sessions will be held daily from 8:30 to 6 p.m. but on the first day the sessions will be from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. St. Vincent and the Grenadines will host this year's OECS Swimming Championships from the 8th to the 10th of next month at the Shrewsbury Aquatic Centre in Rotterdam. Participating countries include Grenada, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, the British Virgin Islands, Dominica, Martinique, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and host St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Lucia has already named a 34-member team for the championship. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Lassie Stars Pharmacy. Lassie Stars Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Make sure you have food, water, medicine, important documents, and cash in your survival kit.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. In more sporting news now, we hear that the Constituency Netball Championship will open on Wednesday afternoon at the Kingston Netball Centre in New Montrose at 5 p.m. 12 teams will compete in 2 zones: the Northern Grenadines, North Leeward, Central Leeward, South Leeward, West Kingston, East Kingston, Central Kingston, East St. George, West St. George, Mariquois, North Windward, and South Windward. Yesterday's scheduled match in the Vitamalt Sand Hill Netball Championship at the Sand Hill Hard Court was postponed because of the weather condition. The match should have been between defending champions Hyrule Investment Stars and Obia Trail Blazers. The championship will continue on Sunday. And that's how we end sport this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us.
Embrace it.
again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
And now for a second look at the headlines. Local credit unions urge to do more for their members so they can improve their standard of living. Grenada signs vesting order approving sale of Scotiabank. President Trump slammed for lifting Turkey sanctions for ceasefire. And in sports, fast bowling legend Sir Andy Roberts raises doubt with Vincentian Miles Bascom's appointment to the West Indies men's selection panel. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Rochelle Baptiste. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening and a great weekend.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They claim General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Search for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Our 40th anniversary of independence gives us an opportunity to reflect on our progress and chart our way forward. What are our major achievements over the past 40 years? What critical areas do we need to address to further enhance our national development? Join our live program, The Viewpoint, Sunday, October the 20th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on SVG-TV and Magic 103.7, or view our live Facebook stream on SVG-TV and be a part of the discussion by calling the hotline 458-0088 or WhatsApp 530-8962. Viewpoint, sharing our thoughts, speaking our truth. Moderator, Mr. Curtis King. Panel, Miss Idisha Jackson, social activist. Mr. Kirk De Silva, chartered accountant. Mr. Cecil Ryan, social activist. Sponsors, LA Unique Upholstery, Jake's Kitchen, the Cruise Ship Terminal, Joseph Da Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, and Sun General Insurance, Inc. The Viewpoint.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted.